Hey everybody, welcome to our all new video with Matt. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cool sign holder for either inside or on your front porch. So stick around, I'm going to show you how. Alright guys, for today's project you will need a tape measure, pen or pencil for marking marks. You'll need a circle saw or miter saw, either one. You'll need a table saw, a speed square. You'll need to buy a decorative hook. That's up to you guys. You can find those pretty much any home improvement store. You'll need an impact driver. You'll need a drill and a number 10 countersink bit. You'll need some 2-inch screws. You'll need black paint and paintbrush if you want it to look like the one I'm making. If not, you can paint it whatever color you want. You can leave it wood and stain it. It's all up to you also. You'll need some 4x4 lumber and some 1x6 lumber. Alright, and the cut sheet for today, guys. On your 4x4, you'll want to cut it out between 3 foot but no more than 41 inches. So I went the max right there. I went 41 inches. You can do it taller if you'd like, but I wouldn't go any taller than 41. On your 1x6 lumber, you'll need 2 boards at 7.5 inches and 2 boards at 5.5 inches. Alright guys, so once you've got all of your boards cut, we got our 4x4 at 41 inches. We got our 1x6s cut right here to 7.5 inches. And then we got some 1x6 cut to 5.5 inches, right? So on your 2 5.5 inch boards, right? We'll make sure that's just right, like that right there. You want to turn them this way, just like that. You want to take your tape measure and you want to pull and you want to measure out 1 inch and mark that with a speed square. And you want to do the same thing. You want to pull your tape, mark that at 1 inch, and then you're going to need to use your table saw or a circle saw or miter saw and cut that line that you make, guys. So go ahead and cut 1 inch off of your boards this way. Alright guys, so went ahead and knocked off the 1 inches on my 5.5 boards right here. So it's still 5.5 this way, but going this way it's 1 inch shorter than the width of these boards. So we got all our boards now. Now we need to go ahead and paint all of our stuff whatever color you want. You can do all white if you want the white kind, or you can do all black if you want the black kind, or you can paint the middle part white or black and vice versa. All that is up to you, but I'm going to go with the all blacked out look, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of my pieces painted and let that stuff dry, and then we'll be ready to start putting everything together. Alright guys, once you got everything painted, just be sure to let all of that dry really good, and then we'll start making a few marks to put all this stuff together. Alright guys, we are back. All of our pieces have dried now, so what we need to do is make a few marks right here on our 1x6 boards, guys. So what we need to do is you need to take your bigger board and you want to take your tape measure on this side and on your long end, the one this way, right? You need to measure 1 inch and 1 inch, and to go ahead and mark you lines with a pencil and a speed square, right? Then going this way, you want to mark it at 1/2 inch, and on the same side over here, you want to go 1/2 inch, make those lines. That is to help you center up your smaller board, right? So you can see this is your smaller board, offsets it, gives it a 1 inch clearance on this side and this side, and a 1/2 inch on this side and this side, and that will help you line it up nice and straight, just like that right there, guys. So now what we need to do is go ahead, take a little hot glue gun. We don't need wood glue for this part. We'll just take some hot glue and we're just going to put a little dab here, 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 and here. And we're going to go ahead and get this on there nice and lined up and let that cool down, right? So what that's how it's going to do is that's going to keep that nice and straight for us for when we go and find our center mark. We'll core bore a little hole through it, right, for a screw. And then whenever it's time, we're going to screw this part from the top. And you use a little core board, little pilot hole that we're going to do, and then one screw will be able to go down, straight down into the center of your piece right there, guys. So it'll all lock it down. But for now, just go ahead and use some hot glue. Get your two pieces together just like that. Go ahead and do it on your other one also, just like that right there. Then we'll come back and we'll find our center marks, and then we'll drill out our holes. Alright guys, so now we need to find our center marks to drill our pilot hole through. So what we need to do is measure here to there. I got 5.5 on mine right there, so half of that's going to be roughly 2 3/4. So I'll go ahead and mark my mark here, just like that right there around the center area. Then I come and measure this side. It's 4.5, so roughly 2 1/4 would be my center mark right there, guys. So there is my center mark right there, and we're going to drill a little pilot hole through that so that it comes out the other side and be marked right by the hole. And then we'll take our countersink bit and then drill it this way so that our screw doesn't wind up splitting our wood and stuff when we go to screw it down into the 4x4. So go ahead, find both of your center marks just like that and mark those, and we'll drill them out next. Alright, so I just took a small drill bit that's roughly the size of the screws that I'm using, just a little smaller actually, because I want it to be able to grab some of the wood right here, guys. So now I just need to make sure that I'm nice and straight, and then just go ahead and drill this pilot hole straight down. Just like that. And there you go. That would be your center mark on the other side, right? So then we'll do that with our other one. Same thing. Alright, so now we can take our countersink bit and then go ahead and drill it this way, just like this. And that is now our center mark hole for our screw to drill down into. And what we'll do, guys, is when we go to put these on, what we're basically going to do is go ahead and put our screw through so that the tip's coming out this side, right? And then we're going to mark our center on our 4x4 post, and we'll align that screw with that mark and set it right on there, and then screw this straight down to it, guys. So go ahead and get your marks right here. Go ahead and get those drilled out with your drill bit going this way first, and then on this side you will do the countersink hole, guys. Now you'll need to find the center mark on your 4x4, which is generally 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, so mark that now. Alright guys, so now we've got our center marks right here all the way around. So what I did is I went ahead and took a 3-inch screw, drilled it through the countersink side right here just like that, so that it's sitting right there. So what I want to do now is with my crosshair mark is I want to line that screw up right there on that mark, dead center, just like that right there. And I just want to stick it up here, kind of press it in there, and then just double check, still on the center mark, and then I'll take my impact and go ahead and start screwing this down. That's going to keep everything nice and centered and level, guys. So we'll go ahead and drill this one in just like that, and then we'll flip it over and do the exact same thing with the other side, guys. So let's go ahead and get this one on real quick now for you guys. And then you can just turn it around just like that. And you can see it's just a little off there because we tightened it a little too much. So just loosen it up a little bit, get it lined up nice and flush with everything, and tighten that screw back down, guys. And repeat that for the other side. Alright guys, so now I want to put my little hook on. So what I want to do is just come down from the top of this part right here on the bottom lip right there. I just want to come down and roughly mark around maybe 6 to 7 inches maybe. I just want to go right here at 6. Let me mark that right there. So that's 6 right there, and then I want to come across and mark it at 1 3/4. And that is going to be my center marks for my hooks, guys. So it depends on what kind of hook that you're using. Are you using like one that's solid, or are you using a 2-piece style kind? In my case, I'm using this like 2-piece style kind, guys, right? So I got to twist these off right here in order to get these screws in there to bypass it. So yeah, right there, so you can see my 2 holes. So what I'll basically do is just line that up in the center marks, line those up really good. And then what I'll do is shoot me 2 screws into that real quick. And then we'll have our hook installed. And I can just go ahead and screw this little ball piece back on after we screw it in. So go ahead, get your hook screwed in next. Alright guys, at this point, this is what you should have. You could go ahead and put a sign on there. I was just showing y'all this one sign on here, and you can change them out to different signs, just like this right here. You know, you can do different stuff depending on the season, your mood, whatever, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to hit that like button down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful week ahead. Peace.